If you're fighting Superman or even Batman, you don't have to be an A-lister or even a high school graduate. You can just slap on a costume and boom, supervillain. That's right, here's even more of the most bullshit villains in DC Comics. Arnold Wesker's mom was murdered by a rival mafia family, and he developed a dissociative identity complex that he expressed through ventriloquism, and then he developed a separate personality known as Scarface. Well, that's only one story, because there's also an alternate origin where someone built a doll from what was left of the defunct prison gallows where his last victim, Scarface Scarelli, was killed, and the doll's possession ghost ended up taking over Wesker's mind. Either way, even though he sucks, he's one of my favorite Batman villains of all time. What do you do if you want to take down the Batman? Well, you create a persona based on bats' natural prey that have zero defenses. The Moth. The original Killer Moth set up a moth cave from which he based his moth-based activities as an anti-Batman, which is kind of a cool idea, but the current Killer Moth is merely a 2-bit criminal who adopted the identity to be regarded as anything other than just a joke in the criminal underworld. One time he sold his soul to a demon, but then DC rebooted the universe, so now he's back to just being a bullshit dude that doesn't have his soul sold to a demon. Moth. What would you do to be able to walk again? Inject your spine with orca DNA only to be transformed into a giant anthropomorphic orca whale? Grace Ballin was a respected geneticist because of course she was, and she was also crippled because of course she was, and also obsessed with orca whales because, you know, King Shark. He's a Hawaiian shark god. Because why not? I mean, his dad was the king of all sharks, the true Hawaiian shark god, and his mother was half human. So that makes him kind of like Aquaman, who is his nemesis. At what point do you recognize that your entire backstory is a ripoff of both Finding Nemo and The Lion King? Oh, another shark dude? Oh, yes. Except this guy wasn't exactly bullshit. He was a Wall Street level banker in Gotham who helped embezzle and defraud people of millions of dollars, but somehow got himself sent to Arkham because of his sanity, where he was actually driven insane, and accidentally and intentionally made himself look like a shark. Even the Joker hates this guy, and that is something of an accomplishment. As a child, the Rainbow Raider was an aspiring artist despite colorblindness. His father, an ailing eye doctor, made him goggles that let him fire rainbows from his eyes, and then he died. Roy G. Bigelow, male gigolo, became a criminal called the Rainbow Raider, who opposed the Flash and others, but never really amounted to much because name, and so far hasn't shown up in DC's Rebirth, although I really, really want him to, unless DC just wants to let me take over the Flash after Justin Williamson, in which case, get ready for a lot of this guy and also the Shade. Thanks, everybody. This has been the last of DC's bullshit supervillains. The last? Maybe not. Maybe I'll be back with even more. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.